This March, it has been 5 years since I presented the credentials to Governor General Johnson as Ambassador of Kazakhstan to Canada. The mandate of our embassy in 2012 covered promoting political dialogue and parliamentary cooperation, strengthening intergovernmental ties, considering that the last visit of a member of Kazakhstan's cabinet to Canada took place in 2006. We have also been focusing on trade and economic cooperation, cultural and people-to-people ties. One of the key tasks was to reinvigorate the negotiation on the bilateral agreement on the peaceful uses of nuclear energy that has been stalled since 2009. As a result, Canada was visited by a number of high-level delegations from Kazakhstan, including the chairman of Majlis, lower chamber of the parliament, 2 deputy prime ministers, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Economic Integration, Minister of Oil and Gas, Prosecutor General, Chairman of Public Service Agency, and others. In turn, 4 members of Canadian government visited Kazakhstan, including State Minister of Finance, Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food, State Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. In 2013, John Bert visited Kazakhstan and became the first ever Minister of Foreign Affairs of Canada to pay an official visit to our country, during which he signed the agreement on cooperation on peaceful uses of nuclear energy. Kazakhstan was also visited by 2 high-level Canadian parliamentary delegations in September 2014 and just recently in January 2017. Following the parliamentary elections in Canada in 2015 and in Kazakhstan in March 2016, we opened a new page of interparliamentary cooperation with the successful relaunch of the Kazakhstan-Canada Parliamentary Cooperation Group. We are proud that the Canadian part of the group is led by 2 prominent co-chairs, the Honorable Robert Nault, Chair of the House Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and International Development, and the Senate Liberal leader, Mr. Joseph Day. It also includes other seasoned senators and MPs. Our business partnership is a locomotive of the development of bilateral relations between Kazakhstan and Canada. Prior to the current oil crisis, Kazakhstan was a main trading partner of Canada, not only among the post-Soviet states, but also in Eastern and Central Europe. This is seen by the volume of bilateral trade, which amounted to more than 7 billion in 2012-2014. It's worth noting that Kazakhstan is on the list of priority countries according to the Global Market Action Plan adopted by the federal government of Canada in 2013. Canada continues to be among the top 10 largest investors in Kazakhstan's economy. According to the Ministry of Global Affairs of Canada, the volume of Canadian investments in Kazakhstan amounted to nearly 16 billion during 1994-2013, while in 2010-2014 this indicator was almost 11 billion US dollars. I would like to note that we are conducting a diversified approach aimed at expanding bilateral business ties. In particular, by the sponsorship of Canadian companies, our embassy prepared and published a Kazakhstan-Canada business guide that contains detailed information about doing business in Kazakhstan. Today, the business guide is also available in the electronic format on the official website of our embassy, which is regularly updated with the appropriate data. In May 2016, a Kazakhstan-Canada Business Council, KCBC, was officially launched. Given the fact that the uranium industry confidently holds the leading positions in bilateral cooperation, CEO of Kazatomprom, Askar Zhumagaliyev, and CEO of Kamika Corporation, Tim Gitzel, who is also a member of the Foreign Investors Council under the President of Kazakhstan, became co-chairs of the Business Council. The implementation agreement signed between Kazatomprom and Kamika just one day before the Business Council's inauguration meeting determines the continued development of the joint projects for the next 30 years until 2045. It was a clear evidence of the successful development of the business partnership between Kazakhstan and Canada, a new motivation for Canadian companies that intend to start work on Kazakhstan's market. To date, 104 companies from Kazakhstan and Canada representing various sectors of the economy have become KCBC members. Currently, we are preparing the second meeting of the Kazakhstan-Canada Business Council, which will be held on June 2017 on the margins of Expo in Astana. Along with the traditional areas of cooperation like mining, oil and gas, agriculture, we continue to actively work on expanding and deepening business ties in such new promising areas of bilateral partnership as aerospace, defense, engineering, introduction of new technologies and methods of geological survey, alternative sources of energy, vocational education, finance, and banking. Since January 2017, Kazakhstan has unilaterally introduced a visa-free regime up to 30 days for OECD countries, including Canada, to promote the expansion of business contacts between our countries. We do hope that Canada will also facilitate the visa regime for Kazakhstan citizens, in particular in opening a consular section at the Canadian Embassy in Kazakhstan and issuing Canadian visas in Astana. Therefore, it would be fair to say that we have achieved important milestones in key areas of bilateral cooperation in the past years. It includes an even stronger commitment to political dialogue, intensive intergovernmental exchanges, trade and investment, cultural and humanitarian ties. As far as culture is concerned, I would like to highlight the concert of the Astana Opera Symphony Orchestra principal performers and choir in October 2014 in Toronto. In order to connect and work efficiently with Canadians, our embassy is actively using our Facebook and Twitter pages and the official website. We are trying to engage with Canadians by sharing more information about Kazakhstan, inviting them to join our national holiday celebrations, and reaching out to Canadian families with adopted children from Kazakhstan. As one of my favorite memories of Canada, I would like to mention the Northern Tour organized by the Canadian government for the heads of foreign diplomatic missions in 2013. It was very informative and helpful in terms of learning about Canada's 3 northern territories. By the way, during my term of duty, I visited all the provinces, some of them several times, including the official visits. There is a permanent exchange of business delegations between Kazakhstan and the Canadian provinces in order to deepen and widen the business partnership between our countries. Lastly, I would like to mention that Canada has often been rated one of the most loved countries in the world. I'm sure that this is well deserved. And I'm delighted to express my best wishes and congratulations to all Canadians on the 150th anniversary of their great country. Thank you very much.